Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds. Man, it's been a week, but we made it. It's Friday. So a lot of people think that when a kid gets drafted in April, it's done. Guys on the team and we're ready to go. That's not how it goes down. You get drafted, and then you still got to sign a contract at some point, and some, up until recently, hadn't even been signed yet, and that included the number 1 pick.
Until yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And then he finally did sign, and this is interesting because I don't think too many folks realize that there is a limit in what rookies can make. It's an NFL rule. However, that limit has now been raised because the salary cap total has been raised to over $300 million for each team. And indeed, as a result, the rookies can make a lot more. Well, Fernando Mendoza of the Las Vegas Raiders, the Heisman Trophy winner and top draft choice in the entire draft, set a record yesterday with his contract. And it's allowable. It's right at the borderline, $57,270,000. That's not a year, folks. That's over 4 years. Figures out to, about 14.5, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Still pretty good for a rook, man.
Oh, hell yes, it's pretty good. Anyway, that's what he's going to make, and he probably won't start and may not even play all that much because he'll be learning the ropes and so forth and so on. He didn't sign right away. The negotiating point was his signing bonus, because the signing bonus is fully guaranteed. He finally settled for a cool $38 million. $38 million as a signing bonus for Fernando Mendoza. Now, the player has the choice of taking it in increments or lump sum. I think he's going to take it in increments, but this guy's a very wealthy young man. Nice kid, judging by all the interviews that he does, and very talented. We've seen what he could do and what he did at Indiana University. Took him to a national championship. What can he do with the Raiders? Well, it's probably going to be a learning process, just as it was with Patrick Mahomes.
As a Kansas City Chiefs homer, like you know, I think they're paying him that amount of money because we're going to pound him into the ground for a few years. So he's going to have to. It's going to cover those medical bills. As far as our guys, Mansour, for example, how much is he going to earn?
Well, remember now, he was number 6.
Yeah,
he was the 6th player, and the Chiefs had to trade up to get him. That's Mansour Delane, who played 3 years at Virginia Tech and then 1 year at LSU, and he's pretty good. And the Chiefs drafted up to get him. And as a result, they're paying him pretty good, $41 million over the 4 years, plus his signing bonus, which is $10 million. I think he can put a few sandwiches on the table for that. But the Chiefs also had another first-round draft choice, Peter Woods, and he was number 29 overall, defensive tackle from Clemson. And here's the variable involved, because the NFL teams will play for the marquee players. Well, Peter Woods is a defensive tackle. So what's he signed for? $18 million. It's quite a bit down, folks, but it's a fully guaranteed contract, and that doesn't happen very often. That's the enticing point for getting Woods to sign. It's fully guaranteed. He'll make the team, though. He's a big kid, and he's very aggressive, and that's what they were looking for.
What's pretty interesting, too, is like in Woods' case is that, right now, you look at what Mendoza got, and then you look at what he got, but at the same time, Woods proves himself in the next 4 years. He could be one of the highest paid, because those things are like diamonds in the rough, man. So if you can be one of the elite in the league, you're going to make your money down the road.
Well, he is being compared favorably to any of the big defensive tackles and pass rushers that the Chiefs have, including Chris Jones. But we'll see. He's obviously quite a bit younger than Chris Jones.
We got plenty of time to find that out.
That's just exactly right. He can develop, and Jones can teach him.
Yep. We've got another Springfield NFL product that is not going to be playing no more.
This is a real shame, but it's not. The kid can pursue his business career. Now, this is Travis Vokalek, who was All-Stater at Kickapoo and then went to Rutgers first and then Nebraska second and then third to the Arizona Cardinals. And he made the Cardinals, to my knowledge, as a free agent. Last October, he's playing on the special teams. Travis, a really, really good player and a good kid. Was running down the field on special teams against the Indianapolis Colts and got pushed from behind. I think it was an accident, certainly wasn't on purpose. Landed awkwardly and hurt his neck. Had to carry him off on a stretcher, and he was strapped down. I remember seeing the video of it. It wasn't very pretty. But doctors have told him, look, this neck injury, while you're fine now, you play football again and gets hurt, it could be very serious. So Travis has decided to say sayonara to pro football. and pursue his other careers.
It's unfortunate, but probably for the best. Absolutely. Cardinals at home against the Diamondbacks, and a pretty high-scoring game yesterday, but not in the Cardinals' favor.
A little bit surprised at the numbers of people who were there. I didn't think this is a one-game makeup. There's a makeup from a rainout that they had 2 weeks ago when the Diamondbacks were in St. Louis. Only time they could make it up was an off day for both teams. Okay, that off day was supposed to be yesterday. Well, just a one game, and yet a late afternoon contest. They had a pretty good crowd. I don't know what the numbers were, but there were people there. Anyway, they didn't enjoy what they saw at all. Arizona wins the game 10-6 over the Cardinals. It's a little bit misleading because Arizona led 10-2 going into the ninth inning, and the Cardinals scored 4 runs. Tyler Locklear had 3 RBIs in this game for the Diamondbacks, and indeed they played well. Nolan Arenado and Gabriel Moreno had really big hits for the Diamondbacks late in the game. Arizona wins it. Cardinals are now 52-50 on the year and now begin a series this weekend with the Cincinnati Reds in St. Louis. We'll see if the Cardinals can regroup, but they're showing signs. They're pitching, especially. It was McGreevy who pitched yesterday. He got lit up pretty good in the middle innings.
And kind of the same story with the Royals. They're in Detroit right now, and it's an unfortunate loss for them because I think they had a chance to win this one too.
4-3, the Detroit Tigers get the win over Kansas City, and it was a good game. The Royals had a chance in the ninth inning to get back into it, had the runners on to tie up the ballgame and maybe take the lead, but couldn't get it through, and Detroit gets the win. Springfield Cardinals did get a win, and they're playing the Northwest Arkansas Naturals down in Springdale, Arkansas. The Naturals led by a score of 4-3 in the top of the ninth inning. Cardinals batting, 2 outs. And a guy named Jesus Baez, hits a game-tying home run with 2 outs. Oh, my goodness sake. And then in extra innings, the Springbirds win it by a score of 5-4. So a nice little win breaks a losing streak that the Springbirds had been on.
We've got a pro golf tournament this weekend. If you are looking for time to take a nap on Saturday or Sunday, where are they going to be at this weekend?
They are in Blaine, Minnesota, which is just outside Minneapolis, and this is the 3M Classic, and it's one of the lesser tournaments on the PGA Tour. Purse is only $8 million, somewhere around there. So most of the players, not all, but most of the players are the lesser names on the tour. They're all PGA players, don't get me wrong, and they're all good candidates and all that, but they aren't the headline names. They're not the guys who make the big money, with one exception. And who is that one exception who is in this tournament? A guy named Scotty Scheffler. Now, wait a minute. What is Scotty Scheffler, the number 1 golfer in the world, playing in the 3M Classic, an $8 million purse? What is this? Well, he's been in a bit of a slump, and he's trying to get out of that slump because the FedEx competition's coming up in mid-August, and that's very lucrative, very lucrative. So I think Scotty wants to get that back in shape. Anyway, Scheffler played the morning round yesterday in Blaine, Minnesota, and finished at 6 under par. At the time, it was 1 stroke off the lead. Well, in the afternoon, this guy named Ben Coles, who is 36 years old, not a big winner on the PGA Tour, not even an entry on the PGA Tour in many cases, but a guy on the Korn Ferry Tour who set a record of 5 wins, and that is right up there with the top winners ever in minor league golf. Anyway, he shot a 9 under par, and he leads Scotty Scheffler by 3. Now, today they'll reverse things. Scheffler will play in the afternoon. Coles will play in the morning. We'll see what happens.
Ned, I hope you enjoy those naps, watching some golf this weekend after a little bar time. Have a good one, man. I'll see you Monday.